Most businesses think they're the hero of the story, and this is one of the biggest storytelling mistakes they can make. The problem is that businesses are fundamentally misunderstanding their role in a customer's journey. After working with Fortune 500s like Disney, Comcast, and NASDAQ, and startups that end up going nowhere, we see firsthand how brands position when they blow up versus when they stagnate. The business is the guide, not the hero. Now, this idea comes from Donald Miller and StoryBrand, but what's interesting is that it mirrors something that we learn in filmmaking. Every great story has a hero and a guide. Luke Skywalker has Yoda. Frodo has Gandalf. The hero has a problem to solve. The hero wants something. The hero is the one who has to change. The guide already has experience. The guide provides wisdom. The guide helps the hero succeed. And that's where a lot of companies get confused, because when they start talking about their brand, they naturally make themselves the hero. We've been in business for 20 years. We've won these awards. We have all these features. We have all these products and technology. And look, these things matter, but they matter far less than most companies think. Because your customer wakes up every morning thinking about their own problems. They're not thinking about your company. They're thinking, how do I grow my business? How do I save time? How do I make more money? How do I get promoted? How do I solve this problem that's frustrating me? In other words, they're the hero. You're the guide. One of my favorite examples of this in recent memory is Burger King. For years, Burger King built merch, its branding around the king. We are the king. The brand itself was the main character. Now, in the most recent years, they've shifted to you rule. And that's a fascinating change because the focus moved away from Burger King and on to the customer. The customer became the hero. The customer gets what they want. The customer is in control. Burger King became the guide by helping the customer get there. Now, whether you like the campaign or not, it isn't really the point. The point is that they understand something fundamental about storytelling. People care much more about themselves than they care about your company. And that's true across the board in business. Think about the brands that you admire. Nike isn't really the hero, the athlete is. The entire brand is built around helping ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. The story isn't look how amazing Nike is, the story is look what you can become. And I think that's a much more powerful place for a brand to live in, because the guide is often the most trusted character in the story. Another example is GoPro. They rarely show their product. They show all the amazing adventures that are captured on their device because it's about the customer and it's about the experiences you can have and cherish with a GoPro. Yoda isn't the hero, but everyone trusts Yoda. Gandalf isn't the hero, but everyone listens to Gandalf. Why? Because guides provide clarity. They reduce uncertainty. They have a plan. They help people move forward. And that's exactly what great brands and businesses do. The best marketing isn't really about convincing people how great your company is. It's about helping people see a path toward what they want. And that's why so much of marketing misses the mark. It spends time talking about the company, the history, the process, the technology, the features, the awards, when it should be talking about the customer, their challenge, their transformation, their success. So the next time you're creating content, writing copy, building a website, or telling a brand story, ask yourself one question. Who is the hero here? If the answer is your company, you may be making things harder than they need to be, because people don't want to be recruited into your story. They want help succeeding in theirs. And the brands that understand that tend to be the most trusted guides in their industry.